Today is Sunday, February 11th, 2024. I'm Lori with Behavior Education. This is a follow-up to the Python Regis Habitat Use Study Enclosure Setup meeting that we had today. I'm going to provide you again with the list of enclosure items, and I'm going to go over examples of how to specifically set up your enclosure. The first part of this will be me narrating some video and showing you the test enclosures here. I'm going over the setup for you one more time. If you're facing your enclosure on the left side, you're going to have your sky hide. You're going to have your water dish, your black box cages hide. The branch is going to go from the lower left corner to the upper right front corner. In the middle, you're going to have your holy roller ball. Ignore that box. That's her enrichment item. You're going to have your humid hide just center and to the right. You're going to have your Hut on the right side, along with the black plastic reptile basics hide, another clear plastic hide, and the slate on top. And above that is where you've got your UVB light bar and your basking bulb. And right in the center, somehow you're going to hang your net, and it doesn't have to be precise. You just want to make sure that where the net is doesn't interfere with getting your sky hide out. Now you're probably wondering about the heat mat. That goes underneath here. So half of it is going to be underneath the humid hide and half of it is going to be underneath this black plastic hide, and it's covered with substrate, and then your enclosure furnishings are on top of it. So it's just slightly right of center with half of the humid hide on it and half of the reptile basics black plastic hide on it. That is your heat mat that goes between the two pieces of glass. Now I put instructions for the perch in the Facebook group, but you're just going to position this at the midway point between the roof and the floor, 4 inches or about 10 centimeters in from the door. This is the back of the enclosure. That's the grommet, the cord, and the hole I made for the heat mat. So I have it really close to the bottom of the enclosure floor because the heat mat is right down here. So the cord comes right out the back through the grommet and then can plug in. To answer your questions about the glass and the heat mat, this is an example that I don't have set up for the Royal Python study. This was one of my experiments with it. This is the 2 pieces of glass, and see, I have the heat mat stuck to the top piece just as you would stick it to the outside of an enclosure. So there's 1 piece of glass on the bottom, then there's the heat mat stuck to the top piece of glass. I have a humid hide on top of it. So this is quite warm. You're going to have substrate on top of it. I've removed the substrate to show you this. There's plenty of space here to allow airflow, and it's perfectly fine that the cord apparatus for the heat mat is raising this up a little bit. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You want airflow through here, and it's fine if the other end doesn't quite have as much space as this end does. So you're going to have substrate on this for the study, and half of your humid hide will go on it and then half of your black plastic hide, and the cord will come out and go out of your enclosure through the grommet hole that I just showed you. Hopefully that helps clarify things. The last part of this video is just for your reference. This is a list of the enclosure kit items that everyone should have. If you have any questions about any of these things, if you notice that any of these things are missing, please contact me so that we can make sure and get that squared away. Next, I have some still photos of some of the enclosure setup for you to reference. I also have a slide referencing the basking temperatures and how you're to set up your rheostat or dimming thermostat and your thermostat if you're going to need those. So the rest of this video, I'm not going to be narrating. It's just for your use. You can read the slides, you can speed it up, you can pause it. It's just a bunch of reference material for you to use. If you end up having any questions after you have watched this video, please contact me through email at behavioureducationllc@gmail.com or send me a Facebook or Instagram message Or you can go to our SPI Study Facebook group and ask your general questions there. And that way, if anybody else has the same questions, I can answer them there. Thanks everybody for participating, and I will talk with you soon.